Hello, and welcome to the base of operations from which I'm staging my biggest comeback ever.
Welcome to the war room, soldier. You've got your battle plan, now let's go over your mission. We're starting here at the bottom because that's where you are. You're gonna need some money so your videos don't become urban stealth camping tutorials uploaded using the Wi-Fi at McDonald's. Make a new body of work and restart that dead illustration career. And work on that animation to finally fulfill those dreams. And don't quit making those videos this time, so the folks back home know what's going on. Now tie those things together and promote the hell out of them unless you want to keep driving yourself into the hands of the enemy. And I can't stand a quitter, so don't give up until you've reached your objective. And after that, keep going. Now don't just stand there. You have your orders. Go!
This is 100 Days of Living. I'm Kevin, and I know, this year's almost over. Another one starts in a couple weeks. And maybe you're like me and you're thinking about all those dreams and goals that you thought you were going to get to, but you just never did. But I'm not going to wait anymore, and I don't think you should either. And so, based on past experience, these are my top 5 reasons to stop waiting to follow your dreams and goals. And number 1, we'll get the low-hanging fruit out of the way. Waiting until tomorrow is code for I'll do it never. If you keep putting off your dreams and goals, they're going to bore into your brain. They're going to nag you and be a constant reminder of what a disappointment you've been to yourself. And then you'll be dead. Number 2, it's another platitude, but it's totally true. Life is just too damn short. It's too damn short to work for someone else on their dreams. And as the old saying goes, stop setting yourself on fire to keep other people warm, you dingus. And the number 3 reason to stop waiting to follow your dreams and your goals, a better life. And pursuing your dreams and goals opens the door for that, with the potential for more opportunities and a level of success you never imagined becomes possible. You have a chance for some real profound change here if you stop acting like a lump. And I've got an example. See, there was this chick, Sarah, and she worked for this company, entry-level job, minimum wage. She worked in the mailroom. She was what people might consider kind of nerdy, kind of a geek. People thought she was odd, and her co-workers, those jerks upstairs, they all thought they were better than her. Sarah was pretty crafty, and in her spare time, she really liked to needle felt these cute, mythical creatures. She was so passionate about it, in fact, that she started a YouTube channel because she wanted to share. She was super awkward on camera at first, and her videos might not have been the best. Someone in the marketing department found out about her YouTube channel and started spreading it all around the company. Because of how weird and awkward Sarah was coming off, she became the butt of so many jokes. People just started talking so much smack behind her back and making fun of her all the time. But Sarah persisted. And so now let's fast forward a few years. Sarah's channel has millions and millions of views. She's now considered an authority in the crafting world and has a signature line of products that are sold in craft and hobby shops all over the world. She's even written a few how-to books about crafting that are huge sellers. And now most of those people that she used to work with have either been laid off, fired, or working in the exact same position. And some of those people have been asked to work over the weekend for some big project. You know what Sarah's doing this weekend? She's treating her entire family to a vacation to learn how to surf in Bali. Just think about that. What are your plans for the weekend? Number 4, it puts you in a new class. Following your dreams and goals leaves all those negative MFers in the dust. It puts you on the same wavelength to attract positive people on a similar path, and puts you in a circle of high achievers who support and motivate each other. And I'll tell you, that's a whole lot better than being surrounded by a bunch of pessimistic, cynical, turd-brained defeatists.
And that ain't you! You're better than that!
And the last reason, you level up. It's inevitable. You're going to see transformation and change in yourself because you're finally doing what you always wanted. This is going to make you a happier and more fulfilled person, and that'll enhance your best qualities, give you purpose, and you'll be able to see just how courageous and resilient you've always been because you're doing something most people are too scared or too weak to do. And this gives you the power not only to help yourself, but you could possibly inspire other people to do the same thing. And then maybe that person inspires another person and so on. And that can only make the world a better place to live in. And now you're a hero. The world needs you. So get off your ass. I know there's someone out there who's probably thinking, hey, that sounds great, but I have too many responsibilities. I just don't have the time. I know because I've been that someone. And now I'm gonna call BS on that, because it only takes two things that most people aren't willing to do. Two things that underachievers roll their eyes at, and two things that have worked and are working for me now. Sacrifice and discipline. We've all got busy lives and responsibilities, and after we're done with work and we take care of those responsibilities, a lot of times we do things that don't seem like a big deal. We do things to relax and decompress, and we do a lot of things that aren't good for us. And all those things that seem small at the time, well, they add up and they can keep us stuck. And it's in those little things that we can look for sacrifices so we can free up extra time to work on our dreams and our goals. You might have to learn how to say no to those quick dopamine hits, people and activities that slow you down, hold you back, or steal your energy. And Carl, you need to stop sucking on that bong and watching those dirty movies. It might be time to cancel those subscriptions that waste your time and money, and you might have to put that game controller down for a while. And look, let's get serious on that for a minute. Ganondorf is always going to be pissing off Princess Zelda and putting the kingdom of Hyrule in peril. It never changes, so let him. You can always go back and pretend to be Link and save Hyrule once you've saved your own kingdom and built it up. I think you dig what I'm saying, and I'm still talking to you, Carl. Between you and me, Carl's really not that bad of a guy. I just see more in him than he sees in himself. And remember, don't be bummed about those sacrifices that you're making. You're replacing them with something much more important, and that's time to work on your dreams and your goals. Pretty cool. And now here's a part that a lot of people hate to hear. Sorry, bud, but if you want to work on your dreams and your goals, it takes discipline. I've written down a daily schedule, and I'll get back to that in a minute, but first, I want to talk about the benefits of coming up with a plan for daily discipline. It gives you clear boundaries and routines that help with time management to increase your productivity. It gives you structure to help you reduce distractions, decision fatigue, and stress. And something I was just reminded of, it gives you focus to tackle those things that are most important, and to tackle those things that are your highest priorities first. Fairly recently, I let the part of me that I'm trying to destroy get the better of me, and I stopped following my daily action plan. I let discipline fall to the wayside, and I paid the price. Things got chaotic. I was moving fast, but I wasn't going anywhere, and I crashed. But on a positive note, it was good to see that comparison of how my life goes when I have discipline versus when I don't. It sucks when I don't, so I'm back to my daily discipline plan, and that's moving me forward again. It might be important to note here that we're all human and life happens. And if you catch yourself straying from your discipline path, don't waste any more time. Don't waste any time beating yourself up, just get right back to it as if nothing happened. Your future self is going to thank you. I have two versions of my daily discipline action plan. One that I adhere to about 90 to 95% of the time. One is more truncated for when life happens. But in either case, whether I'm following the bigger plan or the smaller version of it, I've got non-negotiables. And having those non-negotiables means I can still make some progress. My routine is broken up into 3 sections, and it starts in the morning, 3 hours before my workday starts. This is the time where I exercise, I eat, I get dressed for the day, I read a few minutes of nonfiction, things like that. And it's in that time that gives me a chance to wake up, feel mentally and physically prepared to take on the day. And none of that morning routine takes up the entire 3 hours. So before my workday starts, I estimate that I'll probably have about half an hour to probably an hour and a half before I have to start that workday. And in that time, I can be working on my dreams and my goals when I'm feeling charged and have probably the most energy and the most creative energy. And one of my goals with my dreams and goals is to have that chunk of my day creep into my workday and eventually take it over. So the next part of the workday, I've got allotted 10 hours. Sometimes it takes more, sometimes it's less, and sometimes I can sneak in a little bit of time on those dreams and goals. And then after the workday, kind of like my morning routine, I've allotted 3 hours for that, and it usually never takes 3 hours. But since this is the time of day that I'm trying to slow down and calm down because I am trying to prioritize my sleep more, I can often give myself about 30 minutes to an hour to work on my dreams and goals, and that's when I'm doing the more menial tasks, the things that take less brain work. For example, starting the upload on a video. I might pull together books or images, things that I might need to reference for whatever piece of art I'm doing the next day. And similar to those things that we've sacrificed that took time away from our dreams and goals, getting started just 30 minutes here, an hour there, an extra 15 minutes working on your dreams and goals, that stuff adds up. And now here's something to think about. It's a quote attributed to Miles Monroe, but Les Brown also said something similar, so I'm just going to kind of mash them up together. The graveyard is the richest place on earth because it's where you'll find all the hopes and dreams that were never fulfilled, books that were never written, Companies that were never started, songs never sung, inventions never shared, masterpieces never painted, and cures never discovered, all because someone was too afraid to take that first step and follow their dreams. So now let me ask you, what are your dreams and goals? Is your life going to get any better if you let them go for another year? Hell no, you just might be successful. Thanks for watching. I've got an algorithm to fight, so I'd be much obliged if you'd hit that like button, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments. And if you feel so inclined to help me out with what I'm doing, there's a Patreon link over there in the bottom right-hand corner. In any case, thanks again, and have a good one.